Hey everyone, and today we are breaking down Severance Season 2, Episode 8, and revealing the truth about Harmony Cobel. If you thought your hometown sucked, welcome to beautiful Salt's Neck, a cold, barren town where dreams go to die, and the only escape is huffing industrial chemicals. Innies, outies, and everyone in between, we have just 2 more episodes of Severance this season, and this one threw some major curveballs that are about to change everything. Is Cobel and Egan? Who really invented Severance? And what exactly is that ether the whole town is biffing on, like it's 1920s anesthesia? You know the drill. Like, subscribe, push that button with a bell on it, and let's go. The last we saw Harmony, she was declining a meeting with Helena Egan and the board. And let's be real, if she had stepped into that building, she probably wasn't coming out. So instead, she takes a long, brooding trip to her hometown. Salt's Neck, a town that was centered around a factory that shut down, leaving the residents high and dry, or in this case, high and definitely not dry. This town is wrecked. Lumen abandoned it, but not before leaving behind a legacy of addiction, suffering, and probably some serious respiratory issues. And speaking of legacy, Salt's Neck was once home to a thriving ether factory, the same type of factory where Keir Egan met his wife, Imogen. In Episode 5 of Season 1, Bert and Irv admire this painting, but like everything Lumen-related, it's not exactly what it seems. According to the Compliance Handbook, Keir and Imogen's bond wasn't built on love, but on devotion to the company, or, as Keir creepily puts it, the highest expression of love is between employer and employee. Yeah, totally normal thing to say, and here's where things get dark. Ether can be used to sedate people. What if this wasn't some great love story? What if Keir used ether to control, manipulate, or even entrap Imogen? This entire episode slowly unravels the truth about Harmony Cobel's past, and it's insane. Let's break it down. So what do we actually know about Cobel's past? She grew up in Salt's Neck with her mother, Charlotte. She had an aunt, Celestine Sissy Cobel, who was a die-hard Lumen supporter. And she was forced into child labor at a young age, working in the same ether factory that likely contributed to her mother's death. This is where she met Hampton, her childhood friend, co-worker, and now part-time drug dealer. Their friendship was cut short when she was shipped off to the Myrtle Egan School for Girls, which as it turns out is part of a whole network of elite Egan institutions. We see a glimpse of Cobel's old yearbook, which features schools like Providence, Gans, which just so happens to be the name of the college where Mark and Gemma taught, and Keir, the same town where Lumen headquarters is located. And speaking of the schools, remember Miss Huang? She was told she couldn't move on from this fellowship until she was deemed Wintertide material. Well, guess who did win the Wintertide Fellowship back in her day? Harmony Cobel. And who presented the award? James Egan. Here's where things get real interesting. We've long suspected that Cobel has something on Lumen, some leverage over the Egans. And in this episode, we find out what it is. Harmony Cobel invented Severance.
Mine! My designs! Circuit blueprint, base code, overtime contingency, Glasgow block, all of it!
Yup, the entire concept, the schematics, the blueprints, all her work. And yet, she never took credit. Why? Because 1, she feared she'd be banished.
Why have you never spoken of this? I was told if I sought credit, I would be banished.
Which, okay, where exactly is she getting banished to? 2, she believed Keir's knowledge belonged to everyone.
Keir's knowledge is for all.
But let's dig a little deeper. Cobel's father is never mentioned. She spent an extensive amount of time with James Egan, working on Severance. And James loved handing out awards to young women who embodied Keir's principles, which I gotta say sounds real culty. This all raises the question, could James Egan actually be Cobel's father? Or even lover to her? If word got out that Lumen's CEO had an inappropriate relationship with a young protege who later had her ideas stolen, It would obliterate their public image. No wonder Cobel has been holding this over them for so long. But now Cobel is done playing along. She digs through Sissy's house, searching for something crucial, her Wintertide Fellowship Award. And surprise, she hid her original Severance schematics inside it. Sissy refuses to believe the truth. To her, Lumen is religion and Kier is God. Even when faced with undeniable proof, she'd rather destroy it than admit the Egan stole everything from Cobel. But now that Sissy knows, she's bound to tell someone. And that means Lumen is coming. Who's in that car? Drummond? Milchek? Someone worse? All we know is that Cobel is finally ready to burn Lumen to the ground. And I, for one, cannot wait to see it happen. With only 2 episodes left, things are about to get crazy. What do you think? Is Cobel an Egan? Did she really invent Severance? And what's up with that mummified seal from season 1? Drop your theories in the comments.
Tell me everything.
And be sure to like and subscribe for more movie thoughts. We'll see you next time.